What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with Day 2 of the Dragon Ball Super reveals for Set 8, Malicious Machinations. Today we've got the new Bulma Leader that we saw previewed in the trailer for Set 8, as well as the cards supporting the new archetype. Let's go ahead and check these cards out. Up first, we have the new Bulma Leader, and I gotta say, I was actually a little surprised to see how much I liked this leader, along with some of the support that they revealed for it. Her permanent says all red and yellow Saiyan and Earthling cards in your battle area gain blocker. And then once per turn, you can draw a card, so she doesn't have to attack to draw a card, which is nice. It does suck that she's a 5,000 power leader. However, with everything gaining blocker, that does give you a good workaround for that. And then she is a untapped 2 energy leader, so that's really nice as well. Now, the Awakened side I was a little disappointed in. It still keeps the red and yellow cards gain blocker, but the only other thing that the leader does is the Activate main allows you to draw 2 cards. Now, while getting to draw an extra card is nice, the card doesn't really do a whole lot else. I was actually hoping, especially from the art on it, that we would get more support, kind of along the lines of like a Goku's Lineage, but for Trunks and Vegeta. We did get a Vegeta card spoiled for us in this little reveal that does play off of, you know, Bulma support, so it kind of goes in tandem together, but not the way I was hoping they would. Also notice the familial bonds in the name. That might be reminiscent of some stuff that we can do. Maybe they're hinting at, hey, idiots, use this extra card. It does suck that she is 10k on the backside, but we get all those free blockers, or I don't want to call them free blockers, we get all those blockers, so we can kind of work around that. Hopefully we'll get some more support as far as which cards you'll want to use as blockers, and hopefully there will be some good options for that as well. The first card we see that goes along with the leader is Super Saiyan Vegeta Raging Frenzy. He's a 5-cost 20,000 red-yellow with double strike. His auto says if your leader card is red, when a Bulma card in your battle area is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, you may play this card from your hand. If you do, you can't play a Super Saiyan Vegeta Raging Frenzy for the duration of the turn. So basically, a Bulma dies, and then you get to play him for free. So that'll allow you to use any Bulma in your battle area, and then have them become a blocker. And then they'll obviously be KO'd, and then this Vegeta will come out and just murder you. The fact that you can do this turn 1 is wild, but we'll get into that in just a moment here. One thing I do want to take the time to point out is the fact that this card specifies a red leader, so you don't have to use it with the Bulma leader. Obviously, you're going to want to be able to use your Bulmas as blockers, so that they can get KO'd so you can trigger the effect, but you can also use it with other red leaders as well. So if we happen to get a Bulma that your opponent does want to KO, or that automatically comes with blocker, then that would be a way that you could run this with, say, like a baby deck or something like that. Then we have Songo Ten Rushing In. He's a 1-cost 5,000 power. It's pretty obvious what you're going to do with this. He has Revenge, and so he's going to take advantage of the Bulma Leader's ability to gain blocker, and he'll pretty much Revenge kill anything that attacks him. It's kind of neat, especially because you could play cards like Strategies of Universe 7 to protect him, and that way he's basically a free Revenge blocker with Barrier. But, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see if it's actually worth playing or not. It is a neat concept, and 1 energy to be able to do that's pretty cheap, but we'll have to see what other support we get in this set, coupled with all the other, red and yellow Saiyan support we already have. Then, because this color is based on the Battle of the Gods movie, we actually have a birthday card. It's a field card. It's a 3-cost field card, but it says if you have a red or yellow multicolor card in your energy, you can activate this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. So, basically, it's free. If your leader card is a red Bulma card, at the end of your turn, draw 2 cards and choose 2 cards in your hand, place them in the drop area. That's going to allow you to cycle through your deck really fast. And it'll be nice if you have cards that, can kind of take advantage of cards being in your drop, or if you were going to just run massive Overwhelm with this leader. It would be very doable. You just have to be very careful about how many cards you actually draw with this ability, and this card against a Janemba deck just sounds like auto death. but, that's, my personal opinion, especially because it's not optional. It actually says draw 2 cards. It doesn't say draw up to 2 cards. You are forced to do so. So you might not want to play this card if you're playing against a Janemba leader. And yeah, I definitely would not recommend it. I maybe side it out. And then the last card for today's reveal is going to be Bulma Unyielding Courage. It's a 1-cost, 1000 power super rare. Really generic card, too. When you play this card, you get to draw a card. The activate main says, once per turn for 1 energy, choose up to 1 red or yellow Saiyan card in your drop area with energy cost of 1, and negate its skills for the duration of the turn and play it. If you play the card, place the top 2 cards of your deck in your drop area. So, it's going to go along more with fueling your drop. So, again, good if you're running, like, Overwhelm support. But also going to get a 1-cost Saiyan out. And it's going to negate their skill. So if they have an auto that activates when they come into play, you're not going to get that, but it's also going to give you blocker for 1 because of the leader, and 2, if they have any other like skills like a permanent or something that triggers during your opponent's turn, then you can take advantage of that. Also, this being a 1-cost Bulma means that you can play this turn 1. It's going to be a blocker if your opponent attacks you and you use the blocker skill. That's how you're going to play that Vegeta turn 1. And now you can only have one of those Vegetas out at a time, but hey, to be able to drop a 20k double strike attacker on your first turn for free, that's pretty powerful in my personal opinion. But that's going to wrap it up for Day 2's reveals. Honestly, I think the Bulma Leader has a lot of potential. It's going to take a little bit to work around because of the decrease in power compared to every other leader card. And unfortunately, she doesn't get a way to really benefit from, like, the extra comboing, such as the Hercule leader, who has the same kind of power level reduction, but having all those, the ability to have all those blockers, and you can have revenge blockers and stuff like that. So it can really give us some good options for how to really take advantage of that leader. Not to mention, don't forget we have the Trunks Deluge of Power now too, that also gives your red battle cards the additional 5k. So it's another pseudo super combo that you could run with that, with those blockers. You could also do the GT Goku that lets you draw a card. It's basically a super combo for 1 energy. There's a lot of options. There's Kaba's Awakening from set 1, this additional 6,000. There's a lot of options for red right now, and I feel like the leader has a lot of potential, especially with that Vegeta card. But we'll have to wait and see what else they give us before we know for sure. Maybe because they want this to work so well, maybe they'll actually finally hit Janemba, and they'll be like, alright, wait a minute, we want you to be able to play your cards, we need you to stop touching this shit now. But who knows, we'll go ahead and wait before we make any assumptions like that, any brash reasoning behind that. But with that, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you guys excited for the Bulma support, or is this one of those colors that you're probably going to pass on because it just doesn't really interest you? Personally, I liked the Battle of the Gods movie. I like the support around it, so I'm hoping that it'll be one of the better archetypes in the set, but I'm still holding out hope for other things as well. Let me know in the comments down below, and with that, we're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here, and we will see you guys in the next video.